Good morning and welcome. If you're just joining us, we've got 74 participants. Our goal is 100. My name is Keely Austin, and I am excited and very honored to be bringing out our speaker for the day. Our trainer is Michael Huggins. And Michael Huggins is a great friend of mine, actually. Michael and Vanessa, I've known them for about 12 years. And Michael has a really, really incredible story, which I would love to share with everybody. So Michael was actually drowning in student debt. He was making all of his monthly payments, making his payments on time, and he didn't realize that most of those payments were just interest, mostly interest, and that it was going to be a very long time for him to actually pay those loans off. He was working two low-wage jobs, and he felt trapped as an auto mechanic. He had to find a way out. He started looking into other income-generating activities, and after a few failed attempts, he found Renatus. Initially, his girlfriend at the time, who's his wife now, Vanessa, she said no, and she is now his strongest supporter. After Renatus, Michael became 100% committed. He was actually sleep deprived because just to watch his classes, he would stay up late, hold his eyes open, and just, working two jobs, he did what he needed to do to get these classes, make time for these classes. He plugged into the system, and fast forward to today, Michael is now a 7-figure income earner. He is our #1 income earner at Renatus in the whole nation, and we're so fortunate to have him share lessons that he learned along the way. I believe he's been in Renatus about 10 years now, and something that I really love about Michael and Vanessa is their way of training. For example, I go to them for a lot of questions as they're my 5-star, and their response to my questions is usually with another question. And it really helps me realize that most of the answers that I seek are within me. And I believe that's true for everybody, is if you just take some time to look within and look inward and maybe spend some more time asking those questions to yourself, you'll find that you have the resources to answer your questions. So it's my honor to bring out Michael Huggins. Michael, are you here?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, thanks for setting this up. Hi, everybody. It is a beautiful Money Monday, and we are in full swing with regionals all over the country, getting everything dialed in, getting everything closer to where it needs to be. And my question is, which regionals are you going to? Put it in the chat box. Which regionals are you going to, or how many regionals are you going to? I know a bunch of you are going to go to more than one. So, which regionals are you going to? I am going to go to the Scottsdale Regional, the Salt Lake Regional, and very likely the New York Regional. Oh, cool. Wanda's going to New York, Chicago, Salt Lake. Joanne's going to 3 different ones. That's awesome. So you're also going because it's a time to see other successful people, not just get your own training, but see how other people have interpreted the training and how they're using it. Right? Isn't it crazy that we're all getting the same training and selling the same product and the same earnings plan, but getting different results? We've got to fix that. So go to those regionals. See what people are doing to fix it for themselves. All right. Cool. Scottsdale, Chicago, Salt Lake. They'll seem to be the popular ones, or at least who's on this call anyway. All right. Hook me up with the host sharing permissions, and let's jump into this. Okay. So Keely said that I'm a 7-figure income earner. Did you know that's not typical? Did you know that I had to work hard for it and put in the right amount of time and develop relationships to get that as well? What I'm trying to say is, if you follow the system and work hard and put in the right time and stay with it and develop relationships, you can make as much money as you want. It's not going to happen just because you bought education, but use the system, of course. All right. So how about this. Let's pop over to here. Okay. So as we are marketing and spreading this word of Renatus to people, holy cow, Keely Austin, you're at the beginning here. Let me pull this up. This is cool. I just saw this. Share, continue, Chrome. Would you look at this? Look at this person kicking ass. Got to disclaim because we're about to make some claims. Income claims. Cool. These videos are getting so much better. Love it.
Keely Austin, Phoenix, Arizona. I was introduced to Renatus by two really good friends of mine, Michael and Vanessa Huggins.
All right, you're gonna have to log in to finish watching it. All right, so I just wanted to check on something here. Yep, money's still flowing. The money is still flowing. All right, we're just about to hit 2.5 million. Guys, 2.5 million. And what I do is I find the people, I tell a story, and then I build for events, and then I follow up. And when I follow up, I insist that they buy because I know we're the best and there's nothing out there that's going to help them faster, more efficiently, for less money, with this much support. We're the best. And so I don't get this money just because, right? I was asking Scott, and you'll hear Scott say this too, right? He says, I make a lot of money, Renatus, because this is what he says. He says the word Renatus the most out of anyone on planet Earth. If you think about it, that guy says Renatus the most. And so somehow his income is correlated to how much he's finding the people, telling the story, building for events, and following up. Now, I've figured out what I do the most with Renatus is I wear Renatus the most. I got Renatus hats. I got Renatus shirts. I got Renatus jackets. I got Renatus socks. I got Renatus shoes. Right? Like I wear Renatus the most. And so it's all about promotion. It's all about letting people know who we are and what we could do. So if you're not making money, start saying Renatus more and start wearing some Renatus stuff. All right. What are the reasons so many different regionals? Well, Sherry, because of the regions. What I mean is that different parts of the country find out that different aspects of the Renatus system work better, and different marketing things work better, and different team building things work better for different parts of the country. And then, we take that nationwide. And so we're using each other to duplicate. It's also a way for you to, well, it's been proven that the more travel you do, the smarter you get, as in problem solving, recognition, communication. So just traveling also makes you smarter. And relationships. Sherry, relationships are a major key to your successful future. And how are you going to build relationships if you just sit at home? So, the training cost is negligible to me, right? $100, $200, $300, whatever. The relationships, the knowledge, the consistency that you're getting the ideas. You get one idea that helps you sell another combo extra this year. You made it $10,000 extra, and it maybe cost you $500 to go or $1,000 to go. So it's you got to apply your business brain to this and understand that you're going to get money later on down the road because of the skill development, not a paycheck in 2 weeks for doing it. So that's one other major reason. So get after it. Make sure you go to at least one, but multiple. So Bob's going to all 8. Scott Rose going to all 8. Woody Woodward's going to all 8. So be there. Okay. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. What do we get paid for is the whole process. So let me switch over to the whiteboard here, and we can go over a few more things. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. what we do. All right. Also, those of you who are in Denver, I'm going to meet you here in a couple hours. We got the EMT in full swing, so this is going to be awesome. All right. What is the best way to find the people? Find the people and tell the story. Well, one of the things that people forget is that they should be having fun while they're doing this. So when you're trying to find the people, what if you first thought, how can I have fun? I know it's kind of bizarre for some of you. You're like, well, wait a minute. I just need to pay the bills. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, Earl, let's go there. It's going to be awesome. Let's go to New York. Okay, cool. Yeah, having fun while making money. Most people forget that that's a thing. You got to have fun with it. So, what's fun for you? What's fun for me? Well, one thing that's fun is going to meetups. How many of you go to meetup? Meeting up. Okay, log in. Logging in. I'm not a robot. Okay, so I'm not going to this one because we got EMT today. I'm not going to this one because we got EMT today, but I am going to this one. It's just an alternative business networking group. 26 members are going. I'm going to go get 26 business cards. I'm going to set probably 3 or 4 appointments. So that's just for my A, B, and G thing. Now, here's what I would do if I'm brand new to Meetup. Here's what I would do. Well, one thing is, right when you go to Meetup, you get to pick your interests. Make sure you get a nice, cool picture of yourself also. Interests. So here's your interests. So that way Meetup can make suggestions based off of what you are interested in. So I put healthy living, communication, collaborative leadership, entrepreneurship, business strategy, public speaking, learning, startup, cash flow, knowledge sharing, critical thinking, education, entrepreneur, networking, real estate. Wow. Right? So when people post things on their meetups, Meetup goes, hey, Michael, you're going to like this, and sends it to me. So this is one reason why I think I've been so successful is I go to places where people gather and I just go be awesome around them. And I don't really know how to be awesome other than just tell myself I'm awesome. Okay, so let's go back to this now. Let's go to explore. And I gotta change my default city. So then I click on groups. And I just, what do I want to go do? Oh yeah, I also like cars too. Do it yourself for cars. I also like hanging out with dog owners and going on hikes and house hacking and move out of your mom's basement. Oh, that might be fun to go to. See all the people who actually have to be told to move out of their mom's basement. Oh, Jen's the organizer. Look at all these cool people I can go meet. So the key is there's already how many members in Meetup? How many members does Meetup have? 35 million members in Meetup. This is freaking awesome. It's been around for 17 years. I didn't know that. So this is awesome. But there's the right way to use Meetup and the wrong way. The right way is to go to meetups. Go there. Right? Go participate. Be involved. Find out where they are. Thursday, Okay, well, those are the past events. When's the next one coming up? Upcoming. Oh, she needs to update her thing. So I could just send her a message. I want to join the group, whatever. So step one, just join and attend, join and attend. Okay. The second way to be using Meetup effectively is to host your own. Host your own. Now, Meetup is going to charge you, right? They're going to make you pay like $100 to set up your own Meetup. And then you got to be deliberate and intentional and consistent if you're really going to make a Meetup. But don't make a Meetup that's we're selling Renatus, okay? That's stupid. Let me show you what I mean. And we're gonna go clean some stuff up right now. Okay, so we'll go back to Explore. We're gonna change it to Denver. And we're going to type in real estate. Okay, now, what is this? How to start your real estate business. Okay. Okay. Isn't that interesting? So, why is there an address on here? It's kind of weird. Okay, so one key is like a map. One thing is never ever put the address of the meetup. Don't put the address. Okay. What does this say here? It says, please text this number to get the address. Right? So I don't know why it takes this here, but anyway, if you just have a meetup with an address and people show up to it, it's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Don't do it. Okay. What if I were to go to Chicago? And I were to go on to the real estate meetup hour. Wait, why is it still Denver? Okay. Oh, it's not Denver. All right. So who is this person? Sometimes you could tell right away if this is a Renatus person. Attendees, cool. Google. Interesting. So you spend some time on here and you just go and find the people. Chuck says, what did you do when there wasn't, and you probably mean when there wasn't any, there weren't any Renatus events in the area? Chuck, I started one. Okay, you could go lean on somebody and make a little bit of money, or you go start one and become a leader and make a boatload of money. Pete says, are you going to share what you're doing on the screen? Pete, I've been sharing. Bill says, can you please go to Webster, New York? I'm building my own meetup there. Let's go take a look. And then we'll go over to Arizona. Amanda is requesting we go to Arizona. Okay, so let's just pretend I don't even have an account real quick, okay? I'm just gonna log out. We'll just play as like a, well, let me look without an account. No. Okay, never mind. I'll just log in. Not a robot. Okay, so let's search for Phoenix. Search within 50 miles of Phoenix. All upcoming events. Real estate. So this is what we're doing here. So here is, we got all kinds of stuff. The Scottsdale Real Estate Investors Group Summer Social. Cool. Go to that. There's only 7 people going. All right. Well, those of you who live in Phoenix, go to this social and go meet some people and bring them to the regionals. All right. What else? What else? What else? The Alpha Cash Flow Club meetup. Okay. So let's go through and read. They meet at a Panera Bread. We got a 3-hour meeting. And it's just a game. Cool. Cash flow game. Go make some friends. Say, oh man, this meetup was so much fun. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to another meetup later this week. Why don't you come with me? See what I mean? See what I mean? Okay, what is this? Join the Wholesaling Houses Mastermind. Sean Terry. I know about this guy. Okay, so go meet some friends. Go be like, hey, you're not going to buy Sean Terry stuff? Come buy my stuff. Weekly Real Estate Investor Forum. Now, this definitely looks like Renatus. Amy Rodriguez. Okay. We're making a difference by empowering others to create wealth by owning a business, investing in real estate. While you're here, you can meet some members of our team. Please register so we can plan accordingly. Okay, so this looks boring. Doesn't this look boring compared to what did we just look at over here? There's some descriptions, a little more teamwork, dreamwork kind of stuff. There's also this one, right? So don't copy paste necessarily, but go and look at what other people are using in a more powerful language. I don't even know what that guy's doing. Oh, just networking. Okay. So here's my cash flow meetup. So this is me marketing a cash flow meetup, right? Check it out. For beginners and advanced investors, learn investment strategies with fellow investors by staying informed with the best strategies to acquire and hold real estate. Real estate investing is a team sport, so come meet the team and let's do some more deals. Often we go look at fixed flip properties after gameplay to take the principles into real life. Pretty cool. That's it. Now, if they want an address, they got to text me. How to find the address? Text me. Text me, text me, text me. That's the only way you're going to get it. If you put the address on there and they show up, it doesn't work. It's chaos. Because then they go, well, I don't know who invited me. I just went on Meetup. And I go, oh, cool. I have a Meetup. You're my guest. Okay? So here's what I'm saying. Don't put a Meetup event in Denver if you don't live in Denver. That's stupid. Okay? If you're going to be a host of a Meetup, host it in your city and you be the host, or you get with your 5-star, a couple IMAs, and you host something, and then you go and add value and you be a Meetup person. Meetup isn't for pitching. Meetup is for meeting up. Okay. And then you make friends with them, and then you say, well, I'm going to this other meetup that's way bigger, that has a lot more people. Why don't you come with me? And then you just bring them to the 4 pillars or 5 pillars that you're doing. Okay. So don't host a meetup if you don't live there. Same thing with Eventbrite. Don't host an Eventbrite if you don't host an Eventbrite if you're not the host. That's how it works. Unless your 5-star is asking you to go host one and build it into your event, that's different. But like if you just think about the customer's experience at the end of the day. They click on something, they think they're going to meet up with you, and then they text you and you get the address, and you go, well, I live in a different state, but have fun. right? That's not meeting up. And so their understanding of what's going on is completely twisted. So don't twist it. Meet up is for meeting up. So go meet them. And like I said, it costs money to host one. So why don't you just go to where other people have invested time, energy, effort, organization to put cool people together, and you just go make some friends. Right? You can show up, you can leave, you don't have to set up and tear down, you don't have to pay the rent space. It's going to be way easier if you just go attend and make friends. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, all right, so we checked Arizona, got lots of registration, is rough, especially when the meetup host doesn't show up. I'm telling you guys, this is something we got to clean up, right? It's not, we just got to have a cleaner philosophy on it. If you are paying attention to how their experience is and not just thinking about, well, if I just cram people into this meeting, I can get some money, right? That's not how it works. You might get a sale here and there, but you're going to make more people frustrated than anything and burn a bunch of good leads and good people because you're doing it in this haphazard way. You got to be more articulate about meeting up, right? We're building relationships. We're adding a team member. This is not just a sale, okay? So meet up, meet up, meet up. Go meet up. Get out of your house, right? Tamara builds out of state because she's traveling the world all the time. And so it's different. But most of you guys, in the way I see you doing it, is not, it's not creating a fantastic experience. And that's what we're trying to do, right? Yes, lots of leads, woohoo. But if lots of leads don't have a good experience, you still don't make any money. If you have a few leads and they have a fantastic experience, you make a few combo sales, that's a lot of money. So keep it clean, keep it organized. Okay, so Tamara says she builds out of state. Let's find one. Can you put a link to one of your meetups in the chat box, Tamara, so we can see what you're working with? Okay, so I got a question. How many different meetups do I attend weekly? I usually go to one or two, but I want way more money. So this week I'm going to 5. Last week I went to 3. You know, it's time to get that money instead of sitting home. It's a huge opportunity for you to develop your communication skills as well. 35 million members. It's awesome. Someone sent me a message. What do we got going on here? We're entrepreneurs focused on building social networks for investors. Would you like to make a better forum to discuss the stock market? Oh, not really. What a guy, right? He's like assuming that mine sucks and it needs to be better. So I'll reply to him in a minute when I can think of something intelligent to say. All right, notifications. You have an event coming up. See who joined my cash flow meetup. Right, here's a cool little meetup pic. Hey, who's the newest members? Date joined. Evelyn Flamenco. So I could just do a little chat. Hi, Evelyn. Hi. Welcome to the group. That's all you got to do. Now, here's what you could really do to maximize. So in my group, let's just go back to this, my Denver cash flow meetup. Here, let me show you, organizers and one other. So here's my leadership team. So Geraldine is on my team. When she makes money, I make money. So I made her a co-organizer. And I said, hey, J-Dog, if I'm not responding quickly to the people showing up, I need you to. But also, you can promote this as yours. When you go out in the world, And so instead of her making her own meetup, I just added her on. So I could add on my next team member and just add and build a leadership team. And then they can go out there and while they're, getting their groceries or filling up with gas or walking their dog, they can say, yeah, me and my team, we host a meetup. Why don't you come and find us? Right? And it's about growing the team and making sure your team gets paid too. All right, so Tamara, a lot of people, if not most people, don't build out of state the right way. I'm very focused on my local market as well. Okay, so Eventbrite. Holy words, so many words. But if it's working, it's working. Okay, so let me understand what's going on here. Let me close this. Roy, this message will self-destruct at the top of the hour. Okay, so Financial Freedom Through Real Estate Investing Workshop, California. Confirmation will be sent after RSVP. Hey, are you looking to do this and that and this and that? So Tamara, let me ask you this. If everyone copied you, what would happen? Right, if we're all like, you know what, we're going to do this, and we get 2,000 IMAs to do this, what would happen? From a career, come and learn your experience, part-time, full-time, we invest. Okay. Okay, we got ourselves a little disclaimer here. Investment of time, money, and effort will be required, and therefore, this is the best and only suited for individuals with entrepreneurial experience and having okay. Guarantee this is not it. Pay enough results. Okay, so I still don't have a solid philosophy on this because let's say I'm running an event and then the 113 of you on the line decide, you know what? This is awesome. Number one, income earners doing an event. And then all of a sudden 113 new Eventbrite events are now in Denver, all pointing at this one event, right? And so if you think about someone who goes onto Eventbrite or Meetup and they are browsing, once they see that there's all these same, it kills the event, or it creates questions, or they go register for 10 different people, and now we have 10 IMAs or ICMs going, well, this is my guess, this is my guess, this is my guess, this is my guess, blah, 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 blah. It's chaos. So what I recommend is you get with your 5-star and you make your own meetup. Or like what I'm saying is don't attach a meetup onto another event. To me, it's deceptive. It's people think they're going to one thing and then you switch it around and it's something else. It's not a great way to build a relationship with someone, and this is a real relationship business. So there's no perfect world. There's no perfect system. So we have to be aware. We have to be in abundant mindset. We have to be thinking about our customers as a whole. We have to put ourselves in the customer's shoes, right? They're sitting up in the middle of the night trying to find something to get out of their crappy situation. And they need something real. So they're just take care of people is what I'm saying. Don't look for a quick buck. Don't try to hope that, and see, here's the other thing. Now think about this. If you guys all make your own meetup and then send everyone to my meetup, I'm going to have to stiff arm all your guests to find my guest, right? So now you're going to say, yeah, just look for Michael. He'll greet you. Well, not if, no, that's not how it's going to work, right? I'm happy to say hi to people, but I got to say hi to my guests. So if you set an expectation for your guests that you go meet this guy, and I have my own 5 guests, and I'm going to spend the next half hour talking to them, it might create some disappointment around other people and other things. And so what I'm saying is we have to be aware, we have to pay attention, and you going online and making a meetup or making an event, right, and you're not going to be there, I think is a waste of your time and a waste of leads, generally speaking. Some of you have a great skill set and a work ethic and a system where it's working, but for 99 of you, go to the meetups, make a friend, or I know what some people do in Denver is our meeting's on Wednesday. So they'll host a little meetup on Tuesday with 5 or 10 people, and then encourage those, maybe get 1 or 2 of them to come to our big old 100-person event on Wednesday. That would be awesome. Now you're developing relationships. You met up with them, you added value, you hosted some kind of thing, then you bring them along. It's great. When building a meetup, it's better to start at a coffee shop or at a place. Bill, a coffee shop is a place. Kevin, I use Eventbrite to follow up with my existing list of prospects about events, and it's not public to prevent a million people pointing at one event. All right, so this is the key. We got to just be more organized. If Eventbrite charged you $100 per event, you would be more strategic, more deliberate, more intentional. You would pay attention to it better. But because you can just go gangbusters with it, it gets neglected and good people fall through the cracks. So let's be more professional with what we're doing. Professionalism gets you paid. I knew that's what you meant, Bill. I was just having fun with you. Okay, like a venue or a golf club. Start free. Start with free. Right? Unless you know you got a budget and you can spend some money, the recommendation is start with free. Start small, get a good little group going, and then as you expand, make more money, then you can get bigger and bigger spaces. But the meetups that I go to, like when the person's talking about how they got the space, it's usually just like a relationship. Oh yeah, we just know the guy, and they let us just use the space, right? So that's usually how I see it going down. But we started ours in a coffee shop in Denver, hooked on Colfax, baby. And they didn't even charge us anything. They didn't even say you got to buy a cup of coffee, and they just let us use their conference room in the basement. Pretty awesome. Okay, so now that my iPad is charged, let's recap these ideas in written form, just so we're all on the same page. This is a big opportunity. This is a great way to create influence and build a team. It's also a great way to piss a lot of people off. So let's do it right. Let's do it right. Let's do it right. New share. iPad. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, connect. Connecting, maybe. Right, stop. Try this again. I think, it's so weird. Isn't technology weird? Like you do one thing the same way. Then you go click the button again, it doesn't work. I think maybe this is why old people think technology is magic, right? They're like, I click a button and it happens. I click a button, then it happens. Yeah, it is a little bit of magic. Don't get frustrated. It's how we all feel. Let me try it this way. Share. Okay, that's working. Stop share. New share. iPad. Share. Okay. Oh, I know what it is. You know what it is, guys? I'm not using an Apple approved cable. Apple's mad at me. My iPad doesn't like it. Let me go get a new cable. Stand by.
Keely Austin, Phoenix, Arizona. I was introduced to Renatus by two really good friends of mine, Michael and Vanessa Huggins. Before Renatus, I was working in the banking industry for about 6 years, and it was 2 years ago that I was introduced to Renatus. I knew that I liked banking, I liked helping other people. I didn't want to work for someone else though until I was 65, and I knew the retirement wasn't really going to work out. And so I knew that this was going to be a really great vehicle, even though I didn't know anything about real estate, knew nothing about business ownership, but it was something that I knew would work because I knew it had worked for Michael and Vanessa. I completed the essentials. That was the first thing I went through, and I learned a lot about credit. My credit was pretty decent to begin with, and I'm grateful for that. That's how I was able to get the education funded. And so the credit class really helped me recover my credit. And I've also learned a little bit about fix and flip. I was actually focused on multifamily for a while, and my aunt called me with a deal. I'd been putting it out there that I was a real estate investor, and so I ended up doing a fix and flip. And so I used some of the fix and flip class, and I plugged into the community for that. The community has been a huge help to my success. Like I mentioned with the fix and flip, I had been studying multifamily. I wasn't really studying fix and flip yet. And so when that landed in my lap, I was able to connect with someone in my group who's done a lot of fix and flip. And I plugged into his systems, plugged into his trades, and we were able to get the deal done smoothly. And so not having the community, I wouldn't have had that. So people are there to help you. Since I've joined Renatus, I was able to quit my job. And so through the marketing and through the deal, I was able to, replace my income. And that has been just really amazing. I've been traveling a lot and spending a lot of time at home with my cats. So just, I get to fulfill my passions. I really want to travel. I really want to be outdoors, and I want to help animals. And so because of Renatus, I'm able to pursue those passions and not have to worry about ever having a job ever again.
Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Ain't got no worries, ain't got no job. Freaking sweet. All right, let's do this again. There we go. There we go. All right, connecting. Connected. This is our system, guys. It's find the people, tell the story, book events, follow up. So what I did is I found Keely. I said, Keely, guess what I'm doing? And I told the story. And she was like, oh, I don't know. And then I billed for an event. And she was like, oh. And then I asked for the sale. And she was like, I don't know. And then I followed up. And she was like, oh. I said, give me your credit card. And she's like, well, what if? And I said, that's what the training's for. And it worked. Okay, I think I need to restart my computer, so I will do some drawing later. Let's do this real quick. Let's just do a quick recap on what it means to be a good, solid IMA. Okay, and I want to show you with this right here. Where is it? Okay. Here's one thing that I really, really like in the John Maxwell leadership training. This guy has done wonders when it comes to helping people with their growth. So let me share this new thing on PowerPoint here. Boom. Okay. So here's what he's talking about. He's talking about this plan for growth. And this is from the training series, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Now, one of the first laws around growth, as we're growing ourselves, growing our business, growing our awareness, is we have to understand that growth doesn't just happen, and we have to be intentional with it. We have to make a plan. What is your plan to grow? We have 127 days left this year. 112 of them are used for marketing, right? The last 15 days, we put in orders, they fall into 2020. 2020, dude, that's the future. Anyway, do you have a plan to grow? So here's things that as people are creating their plan, they find gaps. There are gaps in their growth. And so it slows people down, and we want to bring this awareness to speed it all up. The assumption gap, assuming that they'll just grow automatically just because they show up every Wednesday or every Thursday, or every Saturday, doesn't mean they're necessarily growing. You got to be intentional about it. The knowledge gap, I don't know how to grow, so I better not try. The timing gap, well, I'm going to wait. Now's not the right time. Don't fall for these. The mistake gap, right? Some people are slowing down their growth because they don't want to make mistakes. Come on, we got to bridge these gaps. It doesn't make any sense. If you follow the logic path, how are you going to grow and avoid mistakes? It's not possible. Some other gaps that people are using to slow down their growth are the perfection gap. And I got to find the best way before I start. The inspiration gap, I don't feel like growing. The comparison gap, right? Comparing yourself to others. By the way, quickest way to feel like crap is compare. Right? If you're like, wow, I'm feeling really good today and I want to feel like crap, then you go compare. Stay out of comparing. It's not good for anybody. Same thing with expectations. Creating expectations on people, trying to live up to expectations that other people put on you, or expecting that growing was just going to be easy. Don't have any expectations. Just moving forward. Now, here's this whole thing about building, right? Understanding that you got to build your life, build yourself, build your team. He says, if Rome wasn't built in a day, how long are you willing to give yourself? Okay, so we're building. And it's about intentional growth. So, intentionality. If you haven't answered these questions yet, where do you want to go in the next 100 days, in the next 30 days, in the next year? What direction? Now, what's the furthest you can imagine it going? Here's another question about intentionality. Is, some people will ask, the customers especially, they'll say, well, when do I make my money back? And that's a weak question. Here's what I don't even answer that. I say, I want you to ask a way better question. How far can I go if I focus for the next 5 years? Right? I want to put an intention in their head that they're going to work with us for the next 5 years, and they're going to stay focused, and they're going to grow, and they're going to go far. How long will it take? 5 years. Do it now. Do it now. Let's make this plan, and let's do it now. Let's grow on purpose. Now, of course, there are fears, but at the end of the day, let's face the fear. Napoleon Hill's got an incredible book called Think and Grow Rich, where he goes over the 6 deadliest fears and how to overcome them. It's incredible. But this is what I wanted to show you guys for this whole thing here is accidental growth versus intentional growth. All right, and we're gonna really look at this with 2 different eyes. Accidental growth and intentional growth. Plan to start tomorrow. Insist on starting now. Okay, come on. When your IMA or your guest, a friend, a colleague, a random lead, a prospect, when they ask you a question, and here's what happens all the time: is what book should I read? What book should I read to get a good grasp on what we're doing? And I'll list a couple books. Oh, this book helped, this book helped, this book helped. And they're just staring at me. They're not writing it down. They didn't grab out their phone and type it into their notes. And so to me, it looks like this is all accidental growth, like they're planning on starting tomorrow. And I say, pull out your phone. And they're like, what? And I insist on starting now. Pull out your phone and type this. You're not going to make me say something. And you're not going to write it down. You asked me this shit. You're not going to remember it in an hour. So write it down. I insist you start now. Or, on the 4 Pillars nights, a bunch of IMAs come up to me. Hey, Michael, where do I find the trainings for the morning calls? And I'll say, oh, it's our YouTube channel, Elevate Renatus. Go and subscribe and go do it right now. Go subscribe. And they'll just stare at me. And I'll say, pull out your phone. I insist we're starting now. Open up this. Show me. Open up YouTube. Show me. Okay, now you got it. Look at that. Starting now. And then they look at me like, holy crap, you just made me do something. Yeah, you're welcome. You weren't going to do it. Planning to start tomorrow. If tomorrow never comes and you're planning to start tomorrow, then your plans never start. And if that's real, get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you. But if you're going to start now and you're going to stay coachable, then we can create anything. Insist on starting now. Now, accidental growth says that they wait for growth to come. Intentional growth says we take responsibility to grow. Accidental growth says we only learn from mistakes. Intentional growth, let's learn before mistakes. Accidental growth depends on good luck. Intentional growth relies on hard work. Accidental growth is people who quit early and often. Intentional growth is people who persevere long and hard. Accidental growth is falling into bad habits versus intentional growth is fighting for your good habits. Accidental growth is talks big. Man, nobody cares. You're talking, nobody cares. But if you're following through, everybody shows up in droves. Accidental growth plays it safe. Again, boring. Intentional growth is we're taking risks. And accidental growth is people think like a victim. Oh, is this happening to me? Someone said this to me. This is happening to, oh my goodness. No wonder you don't make any money. But if you think like a learner, you go, wow, what benefits can I get from this? This is happening for me. This is happening for me. How can I? And we're looking at a way to learn from this situation and being intentional with the growth. Okie dokie. This is what we're working on. So we'll bring it back. We'll pick up where we left off with these growths, these laws. But be intentional with your marketing. Be intentional when you go to a meetup, right? Be intentional when you're on these calls. Be intentional when you're with your 5-star. Be intentional when you're watching your classes, right? Go watch these classes. Be intentional with it. And then be intentional about the system. Be intentional about people following up. Be intentional about people getting involved, about facing their fears. And we can go and create something incredible like this for you, right? There's many, many, many millionaires in Renatus and $1 million earners in Renatus. And they're intentional about it. So that's how you got to switch. It can't be accidental. Go be intentional at your meetups. Okay, go be intentional with your day, how you start your day. We're going to wrap it up now. Be intentional today about sharing gratitude, what you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? Go share it with people. Go share it for Renatus opportunity. There's people you need to follow up with from last week, last month, last year. Go follow up. I followed up with Keely for 5 years before she joined. So follow up, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.